So we are here at the beautiful waterfront. The Ruston waterfront in Tacoma, Washington. We grabbed ourselves our Bella's pizza right there. We're about to dig in. And since, oh wow, look at that thing. Yeah, give me some of that.
No, it's all mine.
Oh, well, ain't that a bitch. All right, so we're here about ready to eat pizza. And since we are at the waterfront, we were thinking, let's talk about some of our favorite water levels from video games.
Water levels at the waterfront.
In no particular order, we're just going to be talking about these water levels.
Yeah. I remember the ones in Helix the cat being pretty cute. I think he has like goggles and a little snorkel or something. And then there's I think he rides on a turtle. And there's like an ice level where he rides on a dolphin. So that's awesome. I know Donkey Kong Country is like one of the big ones.
Yeah, that's our go-to. That Donkey Kong music, man. They call it aquatic ambiance. And that is when fire was invented.
As they like to say.
As the kids say nowadays.
I like to just listen to Donkey Kong Country music in the car, but that's a topic for another video. You said Wave Man and Bubble Man?
Yep, Wave Man and, well, all the Mega Man water levels are great. I love water levels in Mega Man.
There's robot fish.
There's a robot fish, robot crabs, robot shrimp, robot everything.
It's cute.
Some of the ones that stick out to me is Bubble Man from Mega Man 2, which is great. Wave Man from Mega Man 5 is kind of cool. That one is where they have Mega Man jumping on bubbles that pop. I thought that was really cute. Toad Man from Mega Man 4 is kind of cool. It's raining a lot in that, and you're just kind of slippy sliding with water. Let's see here. Centaur Man, Mega Man 6, another good one. One thing, this is more of an ice level, but one thing that stuck with me as a little kid was playing Super Mario Brothers 2, and that part where you're on the whales' back and their blowholes are shooting up water, and those are your platforms to jump on. That was adorable.
That's cute.
Super cute.
And then you said Toad Man and Gemini Man. Did you say
Toad
those
Man?
yet?
Yeah, Gemini Man, I brought that up because it's kind of weird because it's like black water. It's not really like a... It's like a black water. It's not really like a typical blue water level, but it introduces your ability to use your Rush Marine jet in that game, which is a fun, different way to play Mega Man. They were always coming up with some new things. So,
Well, that reminds me, you say not a typical water level.
yeah.
Like with the Donkey Kong Country, you have the really pretty, beautiful water levels.
Yep.
But then there's the later polluted ones, and that's really interesting.
Yeah, simple color, palette swaps of color, as well as some other like fogging effects and whatnot. Yeah, so you got your blue water levels. You got like a green one kind of too, where it's like foggy and polluted and it's yucky looking. Actually, what reminds me back to Mega Man 2, you have your Bubble Man level, but you also have sort of this like piss water yellow yellow for Dr. Wily's level. That was a little strange.
Yeah, I think it's a similar thing, like, oh, it's polluted because it's near like his little robot factory or something.
Yeah, so that's so that was funny. And Mega Man X also has phenomenal water levels too. Think of Octopus Man from X1, or I think it's the Bubble Crab from X2, which are really great. They just have really good music that goes with the levels, as well as the fact that Mega Man's all floaty during them. So
Oh, now there's a train going by.
we have a train. One I almost forgot is the water level, or at least the water area in Super Metroid. It's really creepy. It's got really weird music, like Metroid does. It's got really creepy, really weird music, like Metroid does. But it's so eerie, and in Metroid, you have to be able to get the right armor in order to even move around normally in the water, so it takes a minute to get there. But yeah, you feel like you're in these deep caverns of water, and it's really hard to explain. It's really isolating, very eerie, and the music score in that could give you nightmares. So Metroid's water is really good too. We gotta bring up Echo the Dolphin, which the whole game's a water game. The whole game's a water level.
It's really pretty.
It's really pretty. It's got really eerie music too. Again, it plays to that mystery, that mysticism that water has, kind of like Metroid. Echo is a very mystical feeling game, and it sets the mood perfectly for something like that. Also, the Little Mermaid is entirely a water level, pretty much, and it's very bubbly. It's more like the happy water experience, like Under the Sea and so forth. That's the vibe that most of the game has.
Tmnt.
Now, everyone loves Tmnt, the water level. Not really. It's often referred to as one of the hardest parts in most Nintendo games. You're timed to disarm those bombs with the electric seaweed. Real difficult part. That whole game's a little bit tricky anyway. So yeah, there's that. Speaking of hard water levels, also got to bring up Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and
and Wind Waker.
And Wind Waker, the whole world's water. So, and also Zelda: The Link to the Past, the water level. You're kind of playing with the like Ocarina of Time. You're playing on the level of which the water rises and lowers on the level itself, depending.
Yeah, I played the what do you call it, like remastered?
Yeah.
Link's Awakening.
Yes.
I played the remastered Link's Awakening. It's so cute, and you're going on the beach, and it's sunny, and it's just sweet. And you can feel that warmth looking at it, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I also Unravel, I feel like, has some neat water parts. First of all, it looks so beautiful and realistic and sunny and warm, and you come to these little little water places. There's a part where you have to ride on the back of a crab, and it's just really pretty. So that kind of stood out to me as well. I know there's a lot of water in Uncharted. I thought of it in particular at the beginning of Uncharted 4 when Nate took that job where he had to like go scuba diving or whatever to find stuff, and it was, it was kind of funny because like he's so used to like high stakes adventures. He's just like
But if, Uncharted even begins at one of the later missions with his brother where they're on a boat, and then it leads to the part you're talking about. So there's like boat parts in that game. That's definitely a separate one here, Cobra Triangle.
Yeah, all that boating around. Lots of cool sea monsters.
Yeah.
And then Song of the Deep.
Oh yes.
Where your like RPG function is like upgrading your little submarine, and it's a really underrated game. I feel like more people need to show that some love.
Has lots of mythology in it too. I liked that.
Yeah, so we'll probably talk about that sometime. Beyond Blue, where the whole thing is like being a scuba diver, and I think that's a good game. You wrote down Dragon Spirit.
Oh, Dragon Spirit's interesting because there's a water level in that. There's actually kind of a couple water spirits. There's this ice level, and it leads to an underwater part where you're fighting little sea monsters and stuff. And what's really interesting about this level is because the music is really bouncy, really bubbly. It's like dun 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 dun. It has a real bubble to it, and I feel like they were trying to capture the same sort of feeling that something like Under the Sea might give, a very lighthearted, bubbly underwater theme, and but of course without doing the exact same thing. So yeah, that's an interesting one.
But yeah, a lot of good water levels out there, and I mean those are just some of them, and fully water-based games. But yeah, just some stuff to think about while we look out at the sounds. about some of your favorite ocean games or water levels. I think that what makes a good water environment in a video game, we were talking about like color, atmosphere, music, all the little fishies.
Yeah. I think what really makes a good I think when it comes to water levels, really depending on the music can make or break it. Like, to be perfectly honest, it was kind of pretty, but the Donkey Kong Country water level is relatively basic, but it's elevated so much by that beautiful David Wise track that the Aquatic Ambience song of his really brings that to a new level. I think music means a lot.
But yeah, that's just some of the water levels and water games that we thought of while gazing out over the ocean here. Tell us your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff.